Hey, what's up YouTube? Just felt like making a video today. I was watching this one video where basically the guy was just talking about whatever he's talking about, but he started making fun of people saying that, you're not a grown man if you're doing this or that, or this isn't how men should act, and all that, all that stuff. My response to that's always been like, first of all, if you're doing something and it's not really hurting anyone, who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Secondly, though, I was trying to think like why do people do this? Why do people act like that? And honestly, I think some of it comes from just insecurity. There's a lot of beliefs people hold. And I think that when you dedicate your life to those, and when you try and do everything you can to kind of to not live outside of that, you're kind of saying that my way of life is the right way of life. And if something else comes up that kind of messes with that, that's outside of your very, constrictive norms, then that's almost a threat. And I think it's really, if it's anything, I think it's really just people are insecure. I think that at the end of the day, what a lot of people don't think of is when you do see these angry people, or just these people are being just dickheads, going off about whatever it is they're going off about. They're insecure too. They're scared. At the end of the day, we're all small. We all got stuff that keeps us up at night, right? Or at least it gets us worried some parts throughout the day. Not every day, maybe once a year, maybe once a decade, right? But I think that the interesting thing about that, though, is that's something that we all share, but that's something that we choose not to show, we choose not to share with the world, because people don't like seeming vulnerable. And it's tough. I know I don't either. I do a lot of these things too. I think understanding fear and people's insecurities is one of the purest ways, really, of trying to get to know someone. If you want to get to know someone, don't ask them, what do you like, what do you dislike? Ask them, what are you afraid of? What keeps you up at night? Because we're all small, we're here, then we die. That's it. If you're lucky, you'll do that around like an 80+ year period. If you're unlucky, you'll be like 80 days, right? But that's it. I really doubt that there's anything after that. I really doubt that afterwards I float around in the clouds and hang out. I don't think that if anything transfers over, I don't think that I'm still keeping any consciousness. I don't think that I'll be around in 100 years, right? And that's something really tough to handle, and I think that the idea that we're small and insignificant in the world is tough. I think that's why there are so many religions and so many different philosophies that really they do all that they can to tell you that either you're special or you're all part of some plan, right? And they're all there to really give you assurance that it's all for something. That when you wake up in the world, you're going to be a little bit closer to this grand goal than in the end. And I don't think that's true. I think we're here because we're here. I think we're going to die. And I don't think there's any afterlife. I don't think there's any reason for any of this. I don't believe in free will either. I think that there's no reason to life. Everything's been determined, and it's just chaos. And, make with that what you will. And a lot of people think that's like a really pessimistic way to look at the world. But I also think that can be pretty freeing as well. I think it means that when people do have these insecurities that maybe they're not living up to this, or when they have anger at someone who's not living the way that they've been told people are supposed to live. Because, I don't know, who knows, you're like 40 years old and you got like 8 cats. I don't know, do what you want to do, right? It doesn't matter. You do it. If that's what makes you happy, you go out and you do it. Like, who cares? And I think that's what it's all about. I don't think we need to have a reason to like. I think the only actual reason out there is really just whatever the hell you make of it. I think that it's important to not block out yourself and try and be open to ideas, experience what you can. Don't hurt anyone else. You only get one shot, they only get one shot. Don't go ruining it for someone else, right? And just enjoy the ride. I think that's really like the most important thing out there. I think everything else comes second. Like, who cares that a line in a book says they have to live one way or another, or that you're raised a certain way, so therefore their way is wrong. I don't know. Enjoy the time you have, right? If I'm lucky, I'll be around 60-something years from now. I might not be. You don't know. You never know what will happen, right? I think it's a really exciting world that we're going into. I think there's tons of incredible things about life. I think everyone's a little bit fucked up in their own way, and that's okay too. I don't think you should be blocking those out. I think you should be feeling and experiencing everything, and just love, just embrace people. If you're happy, be happy. If you're angry, be angry. Just do it all in a meaningful way, as best you can. Yeah, that's my video. I don't really know. No plans. No plans for this one, really. Comment below. Hit subscribe. We'll see another video from me in another 6 months. Alright, cool. See you later.